All right, well, after a couple of years of thinking about it and some hardcore painting in the last couple of weeks, I think I'm ready for our first Dropfleet Commander battle report. Just kind of painted the table, get a higher view here. So if you can't tell, I'm not sure how big your screen is. Those are all UCM ships over there. Got some clusters painted in. Around some, it's like the atmosphere. Here's the continent. There's some water. Nothing. Not gonna win any kind of artistic awards here. Deep space, and here's the effing Scourge we hate. Yeah, this is. I'm looking forward to this. I don't know how this is gonna go. I've never played a game of Dropfleet Commander. This is gonna be complete and utter chaos as far as I'm concerned. James is reading the book. Probably tomorrow. He's at work right now, so I'm like, dude, read the book, get the basics of the rules down, and we'll try to figure out a game tomorrow. Scourge versus UCM. I think this exact point totals are ridiculous, but there's 77 Scourge ships or vessels and 80 UCM. I was able to get the 2 UCM battleships in there. I haven't found a deal on on Scourge battleships yet, so I'm holding off on that. I'll get those later at some point. That'll be something. Just want to get a game in. God, I hope this game doesn't totally suck. It looks fun. I like the rule set. I was impressed with the guys from Hawk War Games when I've watched their videos. They seem to be rock solid people. They're very entertaining, and I think it's a good product. Not traditional rule set because I don't think they usually play on 6x4, and we're playing on 15x7. So once again, just doubling the size of the group spacing, the fleet spacing, and then the Aegis protection. That's about it. Keeping the same signatures, the same thrusts, the same fighter and bomber ranges, and everything else. Just tweaking that. I'm not trying to break the game mechanics. Just want a little bit more room to have a little bit more fun on a bigger table. So this basically, the scenario will be a Scourge attacking a UCM planet. And this is I guess in the real, if you think about in the real size of the real battles that probably they talk about in the game, this would be a very small engagement, but it's a little bit bigger than that. It's bigger than I've seen on YouTube, so that's not the end all be all. But I definitely, it's above tournament play. When I use the Dropfleet building thing, it's like, you've got too many of this, you've got too many of that. So 5,059 points of UCM with a launch capacity of 23, and 5,088 of Scourge with a launch capacity of 21. So boom. We'll go over the fleets. I'll probably do a couple of panning around after that, just show stuff. I don't think I have the hand-eye coordination to show you every single one of these things. I'll try to find the groups as I do it, but I'm not 100% sure. I think a couple of these ships, the freaking paint is still drying. I've just been throwing them together. But multiple battle groups. Battle group 1 is a I don't know what the hell you guys want to look at when I'm doing this. I guess I'll just show Scourge, so I'm going to do Scourge first. Vanguard battle group. Strategy rating is off the chain at 26. It's 2 Wyvern cruisers, 6 Jin frigates, and a Banshee battle cruiser. I think that's actually right in here. This disaster in there. There they are. And the Banshee has a level 4 fleet master or admiral. So that's him. I'll probably name the UCM stuff. I'm not going to name the Scourge crap because I think I'm low-key terrified that one day that some kind of alien race like this is going to come blow us up, and I don't feel like dealing with that. So if I think about it too much, it's going to make it happen. Second battle group is a line battle group. Strategy rating 12, so big jump off there. And I think there's actually going to be 2 of these symmetrical battle groups. There are 2 fleet carriers, the Hydras. So 2 Hydras and 2 gargoyles. So I think they are right. There's one of them. And the other one's probably on the far side in the middle of all that Scourge disaster. It's over there. There it is. There they are. There's the Hydras. Bastards. And there's a gargoyle right next to them. And that's the same thing. Oh, sorry. Is that Battle Group 3? Yeah, Battle Group 3 is another line battle group, strategy rating 13. That's got a Shidu monitor, 3 of them. Where are the monitors at? Like they're hard to see. They look like flounders almost. They're kind of compact and flat. There they are. Kind of cool. I kind of like the concept of them. And they've got the chimeras, the troop ships. Sitting back down again so I can read. If I try to walk around and film and read, I'm going to end up breaking a hip and not playing at all. So I'm not taking any chances here. So 2 chimeras and 3 monitors. There's 1, 2, and there's a third one somewhere in there. Where is it? Did I see all 3? Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3. Sorry, it's hiding behind that chimera. Alright. Next battle group is a Vanguard battle group. Oh, that's right. I was reading off the top. I thought I had more battle groups than that, but this is the second Vanguard battle group. This is a Raiju heavy cruiser and 2 Ifrits and 4 the Jin frigates. So that's kind of a nice mix of furnace cannons, Oculus beams, and then plasma storms. So it's got a little bit of it's got some burn through, and then it's got some other stuff. I think that's over there. There it is. You see a furnace cannon right there. And there's the Ifrits next to it. That's just got the cloaking, partial cloaking crest. These big battle cruisers, they have this full cloak stealth thing. Kind of did some spackling to make these things look. I guess the Scourge ships have been around for centuries, and they've put some battle damage on them, like to show that they have been around. Kind of make them look more organic. They're freaking crazy. I mean, it's totally bizarre. I mean, usually when I think of spaceship games, you think of. It took me a hard time to get used to this. I was going to do just PHR, but you know, I really wanted to. The Scourge is a real menace. When you read the stuff, they're like they come in, they take over your planet, and they keep your people and pump parasites into them and take over your bodies. And not only do they take over your planet and kill you, but then they keep you alive in some kind of jacked up symbiotic torture state. So they're a real bunch of assholes in my book. So it's hopefully if I play them, I hope I lose, and if James plays them, I hope I pulverize the shit out of them. So because they're kind of cool, they get in close and just mess you up, and then they're really kind of fast, and they're bruisers. They're interesting, but if they lose it, I'll be happy. So they have the next battle group is the third Vanguard battle group, and they've got a Shenlong, which is over here, and 2 Sphinxes, and then 4 Harpies. So that's, sorry, my photography is always as classic, but there they all are. Harpies are kind of around them. Kind of like squids or something. I don't know if that was their intention, but they're supposed to, yeah, like living pieces of alien crap. They're not, phew, I can't say that enough. Fourth line battle group. Well, that was that battle group. Sorry, I've been given the staff ratings as much as I should be. The strategy rating. Sorry, that one was 24, so that's pretty beefy. Next one's a staff rating of 25, which is 3 Strix light cruisers, 3 Incubus destroyers, and 4 Harpies. So I really like this. Incubus is there. Where the hell are they? They're right in front of me and I'm not seeing them. Dude, I'm freaking out. Oh, there. Okay, I was like, I'm freaking out here. I can't see them. Thought I'd like my kids to come down and take them. They've got like a furnace cannon in the tip, in the nose, and then they've got the Harpies mixed in, and those are the light cruisers. So these guys are gonna be fast. They're gonna be all up in your face, and they're gonna be using that what's the special scald? We scalding the shit out of you. So it's kind of a. We'll see if it works. The light cruisers are even faster than the regular cruisers. They're pretty quick. Harpies is their standard frigate if you've never played this game before. Turn a page there. The first Pathfinder group is only a strategy rating of 10. It's kind of interesting. They're back here. It's all light, all frigate stuff, and it's these are different. I didn't know where the hell to put these things. 4 Charybdis, 4 Scyllas, and 2 Gargoyles. So the Charybdis are these bombardment ships. They don't, like the UCM have larger cruisers that do it. These guys have the little cannons that shoot down at the ground. These Scyllas are in here. They have reverse gravity cannons. They go down into low orbit. They're like almost like a submarine. They sit down low in the atmosphere where they can't be hit as easily, and they're able to pick off stuff above them. So it's kind of cool. And then of course the Gargoyles are landing troops and just kind of generally destroying stuff on the ground. But it's kind of a weird mix, and we'll see. Probably get blown up in the. Hopefully, get blown up in space. Next one's the Corvettes, which are way the hell over there. I'll have to go over there and take a peek at them. 3. So there's 6 Niktar or Nikhar Hunter Killers, and then they have 2 Gargoyles attached to them, and they were a Pathfinder group. Sorry, I'm all over the place with the camera while I'm reading. There's only 8, so that's a good opportunity for the Scourge player to get a low score there. They're kind of like small little Corvettes, and they got 2 Gargoyles with them. So that'd be quick. They're going to get down in the atmosphere. They're going to try to take out stuff. Going to range ahead, I guess. The game mechanics are kind of neat. So I think with this size of a board, trying to keep everything and then follow all the rules is going to be real fun. You know, actually, there's going to be a lot of stuff you're not going to see in this game. We're not going to make total asses of ourselves like usual, because we're going to be figuring it out in the background, but what you guys see is going to be probably 1/10 of the actual length of the game, because we're going to be here struggling looking the rules up the entire time trying to figure out how to play this game. Line Battle Group 5 is a strategy rating of 21, so we're back up there with high points again. 3 Yokai light cruisers. It's your standard light cruiser, 4 Harpies, and then 2 Gargoyle strike carriers. And God knows where they are. I don't know, really. I'm looking. I think they're way over there. There they are. Yep. Right there. I really have the Scourge I've really painted very quickly in the last couple of weeks. I'm much more familiar with the UCM stuff. And then the final Vanguard battle group is strategy rating 30, so they're off the chain. They've got a Raiju heavy cruiser, 2 Ifrit cruisers, and then an Akuma. It's not Akuma. And they're right there. So they got some serious firepower. And some stealth, and they got everything else. They're going to be... they're going to get up in their face. So it's really nice. If you ever use this website or this fleet builder, one, you can print all your fleets, breaks them down into the groups, and you can have it all online. And it also actually makes the cards for you. So when you're deciding initiative, I guess I'm going to cut all these out, have it all ready to go. They're not. I mean, I could probably mount them on something, but what's the point? I can just print them off whenever I want to. But that's neat. All right, and then I've got my books. I think I've got 3 of these damn Dropfleet books, and this is my next project. I'm going to try to do some Team Yankee after I get some more Napoleonics done, but that's something I'm just looking forward to doing. I think this table will be fun to do, and that'll, yeah, awesome. I'm excited. Okay, we'll do the UCM for us. I'm going to slide down here. If you hear some grinding, it's me just grinding across the dirt on the floor. Here we are. Here's Team Me. I love these guys. Yes. So I always end up with like the blue and the red. That's where my French versus English. UCM versus Scourge. Just a quick little overview of everything. Some of these ships I just really, I think they did an awesome job on these models. Not my painting, the actual design. It's not terrible what I did, so. Alright, so UCM is 5,059 points with 23 launch value. Vanguard Battle Group 1 is a strategy rating of 24. This ship, from what I've read, I've heard mixed reviews. Like, maybe it's not the best idea. Where the hell did I put it? I don't even know. Oh, it's right here, right in front of my face. The St. Petersburg, I think it's awesome. The double barrel Cobra thing. I know originally they fixed the rules a little bit, so you have this. You can take some siphon off some energy from the top one and fire the top, and just fire one. So you don't have to go balls out and shoot go weapon spree and then end up like everybody shoots you in the next turn. So that's kind of cool, but I'll probably end up just going balls out and shooting everything anyway. So it's just this ship just screams it. It's got 2 of those Cobra lasers and 2 UF 4200 mass drivers, plus the close defense stuff. In that battle group, you've also got 2 Berlins, which are almost pretty much the standard cruiser for the UCM. That's a heavy cruiser. There's the other one. And then accompanying them is 4 Toulon frigates, which is the standard UCM frigate. It's got 3 turrets and some point defense stuff. Vanguard Battle Group 2 with a strategy rating of 30, which is ridiculous, is, oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, this is sweet. They got the, I think, is that, no, it's not Johannesburg. Johannesburg's over there. Johannesburg, and there's the Moscow heavy cruiser with just turrets coming out of the yin yang, and then the Rios, which is the standard UCM cruiser. Sorry, these aren't the standard UCM cruisers. Oh, I moved too quick there. Don't throw up on me. Along with the what are they called? Sorry. The Berlins have the burn-through cannon, just like the St. Petersburg. So that one's got this Johannesburg has got 2 UF 4200s, 2 UF 6400s, Shark missile bays, and a launch value of 3. So it's got fighters and bombers and lots of guns, and it's got good point defense. It's just nice. Moscow is covered with all kinds of UF 4200s and 6400s. And the Rios have got this UF 4200s and 6400s too, so they've got a lot of firepower. They'll probably go right down the gut and do some killing. Line Battle Group 1 is going to be a rinse and repeat with Line Battle Group 2. They're both started rating 14, and that's the carrier aspects of this fleet. There they are. Seattles, 2 of them. There'll be an exact duplicate over there. That's the other Seattles. So they're going to have 2 Seattles with 4 Jakartas, which are, if you haven't seen them, they are, this is not theirs, but they're covered with this missile defense, so they basically protect you if you get attacked by other point defense, or if other fighters or the bombers come in, they defend you big time. So that's kind of cool. Try to keep the carriers back and protect them from Scourge fighters. Sounds like a good combo. We'll see if it's terrible or not. Line Battle Group 3 is, this one's cool. I really like this one. This is fast movers. It's got 3 Osaka light cruisers, 3 New Cairo light cruisers, and 4 Toulon frigates. So they're all thrusting at 10. They're way over there on the flank. It's almost like your cavalry unit, as far as I can figure out. The Osakas are your standard cruisers, which is the standard mass drivers. New Cairos have got the burn-through lasers with them. And the Toulons that are probably hidden behind everything, there they are back there, are your standard frigates. So they should be able to keep up with the Scourge, and if there's any breakthroughs or any kind of flanking moves by the Scourge or any kind of thing they have to respond to halfway decently with decent speed, I'm hoping they're going to be my heavy punch. I apologize for yawning. It's Friday, baby. Line Battle Group 4, the strategy rating of 14 is basically the I got to get troops into these bases quick group. They got 2 San Franciscos and 2 New Orleans. No, it isn't. They don't have New Orleans. I take that back. I think I got to read these right. Is the San Franciscos? I got 2 ships in the wrong place here. The San Franciscos are going to be with the Kievs, which are there. Which are, I love these destroyers. They just look cool, like tri-fighters almost. And then the other Line Battle Group 5 is going to be 2 Madrids, which are the the bombardment guys. There they are. So the San Franciscos have launch bays for heavy landers. And they're going to be with the New Orleans, and the Madrids are going to be the other way around. No, yeah, they're going to be with the Madrids are going to be with the New Orleans. New Orleans can just roam free anyway. They've got that open formation special rule, so they don't have to be anywhere near anything. Pathfinder Battle Group 1 is a strategy rating of 12, which is this is going to be my real jump in and fight group. They're all back here. 4 Taipeis. Where the hell are they? There they are. Sorry. It's got these missile launchers all over the place, which is going to be very comparable to the Scourge. So there's 8 of them, and then they've got 4 of the Aegis with them too. So hopefully they'll be able to protect, and they can put them near other ships, and they'll be good. Pathfinder Battle Group 2 is going to have a strategy rating of 7. Nice little low number, so you can wheel and deal. It's got those 3 Istanbuls, which are the monitors, which don't pay a penalty for firing from low atmosphere into high atmosphere or into... And I don't know if they pay the penalty for firing into atmosphere or not. No, they just fire. They pay a penalty for firing into from low atmosphere to high or high into low. Because they can't. Yeah, I have to reread the rules on that one. And they have 2 New Orleans with them. So New Orleans are basically going to try to be getting as many troops down to these clusters before the Scourge can get here and bring it. So we've got clusters there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is there 6? Is that it? That might be it. I think it's 5. 3, 4, 5. Unless my papers are on top of one. I think that's it. I think that's 5. I guess. I painted these things yesterday. I can't remember. And then Pathfinder Battle Group 3 has got these are these detector ones. This is kind of cool. These things are neat. These are called Limas. Got these little globes on there, and they can pop the Scourge ships and make their signature bigger by giving them spikes. And they don't have to even pay attention to. They have this outlier rule where the 4 of them have to stay together, but they don't have to be with anywhere near the fleet. And there's no range. They can stay way the hell back, and I'm sure the Scourge will be trying to get around and get to them. They have 2 New Orleans with them. And then Pathfinder Battle Group 4, strategy rating of 9. These guys are going to be fun. 9 of these Santiago corvettes. They're going to be looking for gargoyles, just wasting them. They're basically strike carrier killing machines. And then my favorite is the big 2 big boys. This is the only flag battle group in the whole damn game. Strategy rating 30. 2 battleships. In the New York, which is the kind of the carrier version, which is back there, is got an Admiral level 6 in it. And then the Beijing is the standard battleship for the UCM. Oh, she's a beast. She's got everything. So they should be both be. That should be a fun little battle group. Plus, it's just battleships are just awesome to begin with. And the very last one's a Perth battle cruiser. This is that's got the Super Cobra laser Viper super heavy laser. It's like super combo, excellent. Where the hell's that at? Right there. That whole thing underneath there is just this giant cannon, and it's got 2 of these destroyers with it. In case it gets flanked, it can just those Kievs can really bring it, from far as I can tell with rules. So that's it. They got 80 ships. It's a lot to start with, but that's the kind of I don't really enjoy doing shit half-assed. I'll get some ships, some pictures from behind, and we'll play this weekend, and hopefully I'll have a game for you to watch Sunday or Monday. I gotta make sure I move those I gotta flip-flop those 2 destroyers with 2 strike cruisers. If they had like a Star Wars game with, I think Star Trek has a game like this, but really like they're pretty far away. It's like big ass games. Or the Corvettes, or the Hunter Killers they call them. And there's all the Scourge. Those damn battle cruisers for the Scourge. They almost look like damn sharks. Alright. Well, if this is entertaining, I think we're going to enjoy the hell out of it. Blowing the shit out of each other. And That's it. Boom. It'll be nice to play a game. It's been a little bit. Not this game, but any game. You guys have a great weekend, and look forward to getting this together for you. See ya. Alright, turn one. I got a strategy rating of 26. I ended up being the Scourge. We rolled it off. Jane won, so I stuck with the damn aliens. Shocking, my strategy rating of 26 was higher than his. So I moved out my first battle group. They all got minor spikes except for the Akuma. And we did a max thrust. That's all I got. James will go next. James had a Pathfinder battle group with 4 Limas, and 2 New Orleans. So he did a course change with the New Orleans, dropped into low orbit. We're not using the damn stands, it's too confusing with all these damn models. So we got the blue tokens are for low orbit, and then the 4 Limas just did standard orders going straight ahead. Well, they all did standard orders, so they dropped down a layer. So New Orleans are heading for there. I got to go first again. I got my strategy rating 30, not very subtle. Battle cruiser with 2 regular cruisers and then a heavy cruiser. They all went max thrust. They got minor spikes, except of course the 2 battle cruisers have full cloak. That was my big turn. A lot of thought going into this. All right, James had his big group of that wasn't like 12 ships, but they're all little guys for a staff rating of 12. It was 8 Taipeis and 4 Jakartas, or the way around. I can't remember. So they all move forward to standard orders. Nothing very exciting. Alright, next battle group is a strategy rating 24. A Raiju, 2 a Fritz, or I Fritz, whatever, and 4 Jin. They're over there. Shockingly, another max thrust. Lots of brown tokens. I obviously didn't paint enough of them. I'll have to figure it out. Did not consider this when I started this game. But they're moving. Alright, James is... I guess we're on a 3rd battle group. It was a New Orleans and 2 Madrids. The Madrids just plugged forward with the standard orders, and so did the New Orleans, but New Orleans dropped down into low atmosphere. Getting ready to... Next turn, they're going to cover that cluster in infantry, we got a feeling. Another subtle strategy rating of 24. Vanguard Battle Group 3 is a Shenlong, 2 Sphinxes, and a Harpy. So they are... doing the same thing. Not a lot of creativity here. Just moving forward, being Scourgy. Trying to get in here and eat some brains, bastards. Hope they all die. Alright, the Perth and 2 Kievs. Just kind of plodded forward with standard orders. No silent running yet. We'll get into that later on. We're too far away. The trees in the background of the camera shot are deceptive. There are no forests in space. A lot of room still.
Indoor.
We're not drinking alcohol yet. It'll get bad later on. It's not early enough yet, or late enough. Okay. Sweet. I was just talking to James. I think the greatest asset for the ECM might be the damn Scourge Shidoos, the monitors. They can only go 6 inches, so they're going to start causing battle group cohesion problems on probably turn 2. They went forward, and then the Chimeras just stayed with them. I'm going to have to use something as a in-between to prevent that from causing problems later on. But we'll see. I wanted to have them, so I got them. I don't think they're outliers. I'll have to look at that later. If they are outliers, it won't cause a problem at all. We'll see. James is up next with something else. Alright, we're going to the beach. New Orleans. James is moving some stuff out. This is a little bit different. He had a little group with 4 New Orleans and 3 Istanbuls, not Constantinoples. They went... Oh, look at all these damn... It's awesome. This will just get better as they spread out all over the place and start intermingling with each other and just causing all kinds of hell and havoc. I think we're about halfway through the first turn. We're going real slow. Probably 10 seconds of time for you, but we're here. We've eaten burgers. Just tearing it up. I love those freaking Kievs. They're really cool. We keep having to stop to like read rules and figure out what the hell ship is what. Alright. So they're in they went max thrust. They dropped down in orbit. We checked that roll 15 times so we didn't screw that up. And then the Istanbuls dropped down to low orbit and they just plodding along. Alright, strategy rating 21 group. Shocking, everything's in the 20s. 3 Yokai light cruisers, that's a standard light cruiser. 4 Harpy, which is a standard frigate. And then my first 2 strike cruisers, strike frigates or carriers, whatever they're called, crap. And they kind of did a little bit of an angle, max thrust. They kind of turned in behind the battle cruisers. Getting ready to head towards the cluster when they finally get up there. Alright, the Friscos and the 2 Kias dropped into low orbit and are max thrusting towards whatever city. Acapulco. Get Tijuana before the Scourge get there and spread herpes to them. I thought I was going to win my first draw off there, but I lost again. I think I had a 10 strategy rating and James had a 9. This is kind of a weird group. But it's only got my only things that can blow up clusters. So what the hell are those things called? Skillas, I think. I can't remember where the Skillas and the Charybdis. They're up together. And I kept the gargoyles with them just for the time being because it gets freaking confusing when they're all over the place. They just moved forward, standard orders, did a little turn, and I probably used them to try to be a link between how slow the She-Doos are, because these are going to be late game stuff. Once I can't take over enough stuff, I'll start blowing crap up. But I don't want to run these guys out there, and then stupid Corvettes will come in and blow the shit out of them in 2 seconds. The only thing I got that can blow up sectors. Alright, James had his big Santiago hunter-killer group. They moved up. Low orbit, max thrust. That's cool. There's a lot of those bastards. Kind of excited for these little small quick things more than anything sometimes, but we'll see. Alright. I'm sure people who played this game for years realize this a long time ago, but I was really expecting the hunter-killers for the Scourge to be at least outliers. They don't, so that's their speed kind of will might get negated a little bit. They flew forward. They're still in group cohesion, but I mean, if it is for like a couple turns, they could get out of range of their guys and pay a penalty. So that definitely is a negative for them. And they had 2 gargoyles with them that didn't even bother keeping up. So I got to remember they're in the same group later on. I'm sure I won't, but there we go. And actually won one for. I had a lower strategy rating for once, but I just went ahead and went first anyway, because what the hell. Doesn't matter this far out. Alright, let's see what James does.
Going on.
James just moved up a couple of Seattles. They're just creeping. Nothing too intelligent here. Just plain smart. Oh, this is the battleships now. Alright, I moved up one of my carrier groups behind them. I'm going to bring them over to this side of the table. Probably try to get these guys near each other. I think that'll be my next one. Will be my next carrier group. And the gargoyles stay with them. I forgot James moved both of his carriers, both of his Seattle groups with his Jakartas. Got one there. I don't know where the hell the other one is. Over there somewhere. There they are. And now next up is his big boys. I think his strategy rating of 30. I can't even find the battleships. Are they out there somewhere?
Beijing. Right there.
Oh, they are. They're huge. I'm like, they're so big I can't see them. They're mixed in with the trees, camouflage-wise. All right, James will move those probably forward 6 inches. I'm out of groups, but I moved my last Hydra group up to kind of be near this Hydra group. So I've just got a big old traffic jam here in the center. And James is going to start moving all of his last 3 battle groups here, and we'll get it done. I didn't know the ECM actually has 3 more groups than I do. Yeah, 2 hours later, holy shit, that was a struggle. We got turn 1 done and accomplished nothing. I moved forward a little bit. We'll do a little look at the battlefield, or the space, I don't know what do you call this? I guess it's not a battlefield. Whatever. Combat area of operation, some shit, who knows. Looks like all my stuff's about to crash into each other. No idea what we're doing. My fleet admiral is totally jacked up on meth, on whoop chicken. James moved his new Kairos and Osakas and Toulons over here on the right. Just went forward, standard orders, and pretty much did standard orders. Except for battleships to kind of keep the tips. He went max thrust for 12. But there we go. Total insanity. Took too much time. But we'll think we're going to speed up here in a little bit. All right, we're going to turn 2. I don't think we have any launch assets this time. The only ships that have torpedoes that can only shoot all went max thrust, so they can't fire. So we'll start shuffling up things, and I don't think we have any command cards to use. So I made it even more confusing. I moved my first battle group, which is the Charybdis and the Scyllas and Gargoyles, into the middle. They're going to think my guys are on bath salts. I love it. All right, James is up. He's going to do something a lot more intuitive than I did. All right, James had 2 of his New Orleans over there on that corner city by the river. They've dropped into atmosphere, and they're going to be dropping troops. And then he did station keeping with his 4 Limas.
Limas, yeah.
And they just did a spike attack on 4 different Scourge cruisers. So they all have major spikes. Just going to start plopping spikes on these guys, screw them up later on. Well, on a giant 15-foot table, I still caused a humongous shit show. My monitors have basically moved forward and have got a traffic jam over here with the chimeras. Hopefully this will all clear out. Right now it looks like complete idiocy. What are those things called? Jakartas? Missile ones?
Yeah. Taipei's and Jakartas.
All right, Taipei's and Jakartas will move forward. Things are happening. We don't know what's happening, but it's happening. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Well, they're all going to move up anyway. So.
Sweet. All right, James moved up his first group of Seattle's behind the, well, the main force will move up at the end of the turn, but they're moving up. Oh, and I did have a higher strategy rating, so I've deployed Mick Ultra onto the table. Should get more fun here. Cool. James got his, so we're good. So I might pay a little penalty, but I got my 6 Nictars and 2 strike carriers kind of screaming ahead. Almost at atmosphere. Starting to actually feel like something might actually happen this game. They're miles ahead. They'll pay a little. They might pay a little penalty for my strategy ratings, but we'll see. Tip of the spear, 2 UCM battleships out front for the moment. They did both have major spikes. It's not like it's I'm gonna need like the Death Star to reach them, but I'm not gonna be shooting them anytime soon. Long way to go. I'm getting a little bit concerned by the Gargoyles getting closer to atmosphere. What's it called? One with Mel Gibson too. With he played the Scottish Braveheart.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's like I hate being English. Stupid Hollywood. All right. So the light cruisers and the Toulons was the next group. Max thrust, getting out here to counter the incursion of the Scourge. All right, now we're starting to spread out a little bit here. It's looking hot. All righty. I like that. It's kind of generic, but it's still a pretty cool planet. All right, I moved my Shenlong and what the hell else we got on this group? Sphinxes. And some harpies. Going up the right flank. Attacking the beer. All right. So, I got to get these guys spread out a little bit. It's a disaster. Looks like the Eisenhower. All right, James is relocating his headquarters. Oh, my favorite ship. Everybody else probably hates it in the Dropfleet community, but the St. Petersburg. Move forward, got a major spike with all of its escort ships. Oh, can't wait. They would kill like shitloads of Scourge. They're kind of dry humping the Santiagos, but they're going to be gone here in a second here when they put their max thrust on. All right, the Perth moved up. Get the Super Viper Heavy Turbo Ultra Combo Punch. It's getting up there to do some shooting. Got a minor spike on it. They didn't do shit last turn, so they got another. Can't even see the other Kiev on their side of it there. Moving up. They're halfway to the main. Everyone's gonna be heading for that. I think that's where everyone's gonna die. This city will probably get blown up when all these ships fall on it. Bye bye. Look like what was that scene in the first Star Wars, the last series, where all the ships are crashed down? Jakku, yeah. All the Star Destroyers are crashing into the planet. Cool. Like, what the fuck? Alright. I moved up my Hydra as my first group. And they got 2 gargoyles with them. They're moving up behind the beer. Moving up behind this right side of attack over here. I'm just trying to spread them out now. I don't even know. I have no idea of, as you can tell, there's no military intelligence at all involved in this disaster. Maybe it'll turn to something later. We'll see. James max thrusted 2 of his New Orleans, and they dropped into, they're in atmosphere, right? They're over that one city over there. The other 2 are screaming into atmosphere at max thrust, heading towards the city up here. Hopefully I assume the Santiagos are going to cover them in a minute when they take off. And then the 4 monitors, or 3 monitors, are just creeping forward. Creeping doom! In low orbit, just moving, keeping up with the task force, plodding along. Oh, they're getting closer. The Akuma with the Admiral on board. It's almost caught up to the Hunter-Killers. A lot of major spikes, but except for the, that's a Banshee, I think it's what's called. I can't remember. Whatever. And then James moved up his shit. What did you move? Your carrier, right? Your Seattles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're just kind of staying behind. They're right there.
They're
There they
right
are.
here in the middle of everybody.
Nice. All right, we'll flip card. All right, I moved up my Akuma battle fleet next to the Banshee. So my tip of my spear are my battle cruisers and their groups that are with them. They're trailing behind the Nikdars. I think I've got 1 group left. Yeah, I've got a light cruiser group. At least it should be less of a train wreck when I get done. James is moving his main heavy cruiser group with Berlins and everything here, so we'll go back over there in a minute.
Just to
keep
get
it all
in
there.
there a little bit. They didn't quite make it all the way to 14 inches, but they're up there where they need to be.
Beautiful, beautiful. Ah, come on, humans! Let's fuck up some aliens. Goddamn. We're our second beer for keeping track at home. It's getting out of control. Put the kids to bed. Oh, I'm hoping my own team dies. Now we are done. The alien losers are done moving. A lot of major spikes. But at least we don't have a total cluster anymore. And the UCM is just moving their final ships. I think we got the Corvettes left, right?
Corvettes, yes.
And the San Franciscos are moved up. They're still in low orbit. They still max thrusting?
What's that?
Do they max thrust, the San Franciscos?
Yes. Yeah.
I love those friggin' things. We're much happier. This turn, we did a lot more this turn, and it took 30 minutes less time. So it's getting less confusing. We're actually starting to know which ships are what. Scourge are moving forward. They're getting near the atmosphere. I could probably breach the atmosphere next turn, which is kind of scary. I'll probably breach the atmosphere for about 10 seconds, and then the Santiagos will just effing destroy me. So that's fine. The UCM are starting to launch troops, so we're kind of excited by that. These guys can't launch yet. They've max thrusted over to get to that cluster. But we actually, back here, those 2 different groups of New Orleans both got infantry tokens down. So there's infantry in each one of those clusters. So that definitely counts as a control thing. So where it's the end of turn 2, we're going to do every 4 turns, depending how long we'll tally points just for fun. And then we'll do probably control stuff too in every 4 turns too. But it'll probably just come down to a slaughter fest. But we'll see. But it looks pretty good. Oh, sweet. Alright, turn 3 coming at you. Just in case you're keeping track at home. Turn 3. James moved up his Moscow and his Perth and I think they're Rios. Is that what the other 2 are? Probably, I guess. They didn't have spikes. They were just did a standard orders, move forward a little bit. I moved my my first groups were the Shido monitors along with the 2 Chimeras, and I did active scanning, so I got major spikes on those 3 ships. And I put a minor spike on the Johannesburg, I think it is, and I got up to a major spike on the Perth. All right, so just because. No idea what we're doing. Having a good time. See ya. All right. James moved up the Perth, the Super Viper Heavy Mega Ultra Cannon. Yes, max thrust. Still in high orbit. I countered with bullshit. I moved my Charybdis and stuff and just kept them in contact ahead of the Skillas and the Chimeras. And I broke away these 2 gargoyles. They went max thrust, picked up a major spike. And they're going to go buck wild on the whole operation. They're heading for the planet. All right, what's it? The New York and the Tokyo?
Beijing.
Oh, Beijing. Yeah, Tokyo's the. I get the last UECM battleship too. Last type. They moved max thrust. They said fuck it. James brought it. They moved forward. Tip of the spear, baby. And I got to move something. What do I got? I did Raijus and Ifrits and Jins. I'll move them in a second here. We'll try to keep James honest here by exploding the left flank here. See if he's got nothing over there. So it's wide open green. I'm going to go for the touchdown. So we'll see what happens. I just moved my Raiju and a Frit. It's not like all those light cruisers can't jump over there and fucking destroy them in 10 seconds anyway. We'll see what happens. All right, I moved up my right-sided attack plan, and I think James countered my with those beasts. Oh yeah. My right flank, my left flank maneuver over there is not going to work for shit now. So they got a nice little react speed. He went standard orders, and I went max thrust and kept my spikes. I moved up some Strixes and Harpies and what are fucking destroyers called? Incubuses. And James is moving his strike team frigate with all the Taipeis and Jakartas keeping up behind the battleships. We had our first dice off. We had a tied strategy rating 24. Most first dice rolling we've done since we picked which side we were going to play on. So that's something at least. I had I think I moved 2 guys at once. I think I stroked out here in the middle of the game. What a shock. But light cruisers moved up along with Harpies and some strike cruisers. They went max thrust. And then I think I had moved these guys when I moved them early on accident. So I got that still. And then James moved up. Ooh, my favorite ship, the St. Petersburg. And what are these Moscows or something? What the hell are these guys called? With the burn throughs? I don't know. I get the Moscows and the other ones confused. The other guys over there. I think that's the Moscow. All right, we'll figure it all out later. Sorry, I remember now. Berlins, so that's St. Petersburg, St. Petersburg, 2 Berlins, and then 4 Toulons. So Seattle's max thrusted up, gonna try to work their way into bomber range here in a minute. And I moved up. Oh yeah, I moved up my Banshee. They dropped down to standard orders. They dropped the spikes, except for the Banshee never has one. And they're loading the torpedo bay and fire a Corruptor. I moved up my Akuma and my other burn through weapons on my 2 other. I don't know what the names they're called. I think they're Ifrits and something else. I'll have to look it up later. It's getting to the point where it's like I don't know what the fuck I'm even doing anymore. And then, more importantly, James moved his Kies up with his 2 San Franciscos on max thrust and low orbit. They are almost in range of launching on. They'll be able to launch next turn. Try to get ground assets down there and protect that the first city. Then I got a feeling those things are going to make a right turn and get out of the front line. Front line's getting closer and closer. James's New Orleans have done station keeping, picked up a minor spike, but they already had a major spike before, so they just kept that. And they're hovering over that city right there. And his Istanbul's got the foot on the gas with a maximum 6 inches. They're just moving forward. They'll be in the fight at some point. Probably the same time my She-Doos go. The She-Doos and the Istanbuls will just fly into each other and collide into each other and blow up. And I've got to move.
Well, I've got another couple New Orleans.
Well, that had 4, didn't it? Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
All right,
so
and I got when James is done with that, I'll move my Hydras.
Up here real quick here.
I max thrusted my what the hell are these fucking things called? Hydras. 2 gargoyles. Got a spike with them. And James, oh, he did the last part of his New Orleans almost at the front city. That's pretty fucking awesome. They're down on Atmo going max thrust, so next turn I'm sure they'll put the brakes on and pump that city full of troops. I have my other Hydra group that I moved up and consolidated my carriers. And James is in the process of doing the same thing. He moved up his other Seattle group and they're max thrusted and they're getting near the center with each other with a shitload of Jakartas in the middle, so and Taipei's. Oh, we tried everything. James couldn't get his Corvettes into range. He's got them all spread out. Just did standard orders. Stayed in atmosphere. Dropped down to a minor spike. Got that? Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. We got it. And they're going to have a stand like a freaking blast of fight here in a minute here. But that is the end of turn 3. We're on to turn 4. And do a quick look at the battlefield. Oh, James ended up peeling away with 2 New Orleans over there. Oh, we're going to do launch. Shit, we're not in turn 4 yet. We do some launch stuff. But it's going to be crazy. Alright, we'll do some launch stuff. Oh, shit. Torpedo in the water, Captain. The Banshee launches a torpedo towards James's Admiral on that battleship there. It'll be there in about a month. And then James also dropped troops, 2 infantry over there, and then 2 more infantry back in that one. So we're getting into double digits. And I mean, they got 6 infantry down there, 2 in that city. And that's the end of turn 3. So it's gonna have we're gonna have some shooting for like finally some real shooting. A torpedo kind of was cool, but whatever. It's not that cool. They're gonna have some blowing up shit here in a minute. And turn 4, we'll be right back at you. Well, I'll tell you what, if you've never played this game, it's a blast with these criticals and explosions and shit. We lost 3 more Santiagos, and we had everything. We had a radiation burst, we had an explosion, we had a shredded. These guys on their defenses, they got their arm, wherever their close defense weapons and armor saves, they made it. But we got one's got 1 damage, but they were able to keep it from continuing down the line. So they saved some of them, but that Kiev took him out, but it took out half his own buddies too. So James was getting ready to go buck wild with the San Franciscos and blow up the last 2 hunter killers, but he didn't think blowing up the New Orleans before they could launch their ships was a good idea. So he's going to let them live. We'll see if that's good or bad. And I just moved my She-Doos up and my Chimeras barely, and I put major spikes on the 2 San Franciscos just in case I can get within range of them. And we're going to go to the next card. That's been it's been fun. All right, it's a lot more. The whole getting close was kind of fun, but this is a lot more fun with shit blowing up. Moved up my Skillas and my Charybdises. They're kind of keeping contact with the She-Doos. And then they had a group of gargoyles with them, so they moved them. They kind of accelerated ahead. And James brought up on silent running the big boys. They're just waiting to pounce next turn and vaporize some shit. I did standard orders with my Akuma and its a Fritz and stuff. And they dropped down to a minor spike. Except for the Akuma never has a spike, and neither does the other. I don't know. I can't remember the name of that battle cruiser. What is it? Raiju. So that has no spike now with its stealth stuff. And then James just moved up his Seattle with its escort ships. Just a little minor move too, and lost all of its energy spikes too. Some gameplay going on. Got some intelligence. All right. Next card. All right. I moved up my battleships and my admiral. Did a minor spike. I like passed up the gosh darn the missile torpedo. James brought up all of his hunter-killer group here. Missile City. Yeah. All right. See what happens next. All right, Johannesburg and the Berlin, or where's the Moscow? I can't remember. And the Rios all moved up on silent running. We're getting into normal gameplay now. And I've got my Shenlong Sphinxes and Harpies to move when I can figure out where the hell they are.
Beijing.
Ooh, the big boys? Oh, shit. I moved up my Shenlong. 2 Sphinxes and a Harpy. There they are. Just on the border of the atmosphere. They max thrusted, which could be dumb, but I don't know. It's time to get in there and start mixing it up a little bit. These guys will be salivating. Like, they got to think of these guys like as rabid dogs. Got to get in there and do some damage. The battleships starting to maneuver. I think a torpedo is coming and launching out of that one here in a minute. I got to move some of my shit. I don't know which ones. I'm getting more and more ships right on the border of the atmosphere. So it's starting about. They're getting close to each other. They can smell each other.
Yep.
James moved up to Perth with its 2 Kievs. I moved up my Raiju with Ifrits. So this Jin's up front, and James is just countering now with all of his light cruisers and their Toulon escorts. He's going silent running over there. So he's getting all UCM up in there. Good for him. Yeah, spreading out like a beast. Nice. Love it. And there's that beautiful Moscow. So fuck some shit up. Bam, motherfucker. The little tokens were gay, so we went to bolt action U.S. infantry. Troops on the ground. Yes. Looks more fun that way. They got him. I'm not going to put down Shermans and Tigers for tanks. They're too damn big. But we got troops still. We'll do fun. We'll figure out something else for that. Maybe I'll put, I don't know, we'll put bazookas or stuff. Maybe I'll bazooka guys down for tanks, or crew guns or something for tanks. This was not too ridiculous. Yeah, so we dropped that. The Scourge torpedo moved forward 9 inches, wherever the hell it is. There it is. And what's the name of your battleship? I can't remember, whichever it was. But it fired a torpedo too, and it fired it back at my my command battle cruiser. Where the hell is it? It's right there. It is.
Oh, the water.
It's not as exciting as bolt action figures. All right, so that's it. That's the end of turn. Oh, we can figure out victory points. I don't know if we're gonna. That's just right now. It's about 1,000,000 points. The Americans, the UCM, the UCM would have, because they've got control of that. I got control of everything except for the capital itself. But they've got troops down, thankfully, and well, no, you got this one yet either. So what? 3 of the 5?
Yeah.
So 3 of the 5, they got troops on the ground, and then they have control over the space over almost every single one of them. So would be a lot of points. We can figure that out in a minute. All right, James went in with his Santiagos and did 2 points of damage to that Raiju, and then 2 points to this light cruiser here. It's a Wyvern or a Strix. I can't remember which one. But yeah, did some damage. 2 of each. So not bad. We used a couple different Admiral cards. They're using Orbital Matrix to fire from low orbit to high orbit there. And I used Intensify Point Defense thing to, which saved my ass. I ended up blocking 6 shots. He had like 20-something shots from that with the Squadron X roll. It's pretty cool. So I did pretty good. Took out 2 criticals and 2 other ones. Would have fucked me up, I think. All right. The other one was kind of boring. Just hit and blew up shit. James moved up his first group of Seattles with their escorts. I tried to get slick. I thought I could get in range with my Harpies. My Herpes. I was trying to spread my Herpes to James, but I was... Toof! My Herpes would not jump that far, so I'll keep them to myself for one more turn. But I think I'm about to get vaporized, because all that shit's about to go weapons free, I feel. Oh, God. Alright, we'll see in a minute. I thought I was being cool, and I brought my 2 100 killers in on that Kiev that has a point defense of 4, but then we did some measurements. We found out that there was 4 Jakartas in range, so James has a point defense of 22. Roll your dice, baby. You got to block my 5 shots with a million. Have fun. It's like flying at yeah, it's like too much. You're flying at the Hanoi Hilton here. Oh, Jesus Christ. 5s, oh no, 5s and 6s, wipe them out. I don't see a lot of good stuff here, buddy. That's pretty shit. There's another 5 up there. How many you got?
It's not great. It's not good at all.
What'd you get, 5?
I got 5.
Alright, so what I got, alright, we'll figure it out. After all that, you kind of sucked with the point defense. 2 hits came through, and armor blocked off 1, so he took 1. But some point he's going to have to kill those little bastards, and they're probably going to explode and cause some damage. Alright, I got one of my herpes in range. I fired on Kiev. Armor saved both of them. Alright, these things are beautiful. Shake it off, mother trucker. So I used their close action weapons, and I was only able to take out 1 cruiser. And then the Santiago's point defense took out the other shots like a beast. That was weak. I was hoping for a chain reaction explosion. I think James was too, to take out my ships, but just took out 1. It's kind of pathetic. The Beijing and the New York are just trying to get the hell away from secondary explosions. They're just kind of maneuvering in there. I moved forward and did my shooting, but I missed. That was pathetic. I just went overkill. I fired the front 4 Jins into that 1 Corvette, and that could be some hits there. Oh yeah. All right, we'll figure this out. There's no way that guy's surviving. Well, my 5 Jin raced in there to take out the 2 Corvettes, and they took them out, and then just catastrophic explosions, and that's all that's left. 1 Jin with no damage and a minor spike, and 5 Jin blew up, and 2 Santiagos. So that was, yeah, it was worth it. Where am I at? All right, the first they did weapons free, and they just wasted that yokai, which exploded and did 2 points of damage to these guys here. And now we have the close action coming from the Kievs against the herpes. We almost forgot the San Francisco pivoted its mass driver. We used a card to increase damage, and it just smoked one of the herpes. Took out herpes from long range. It was nice. Gone. The explosion was saved on both of them. It was literally was an explosion. So 2 of the other harpies were in range, but their armor saved and point defense took them out. We're on to the next one. Well, I don't know if anyone else has experienced it, but these Kievs are amazing. They just smoked another yokai. But before that, the burn-through laser just incinerated another one. So they took out 2 of them. They scattered around some damage. Got a couple 1s of damage all over the place. Mostly did pretty good on a no real. If we ever get a damn distortion bubble again, it's going to take out like the entire team. So far, their point defenses have been saving them pretty well. They could have taken a lot more damage, but they got a giant hole in the middle of the Scourge attack wave. Here comes the Toulon. 17 dice against this poor herpy here. It's like Valtrex. Wipe them. Wipe them out, motherfucker. Roll it.
I don't even know where to go. I don't gotta like hit everybody.
I don't know. Just go.
Oh god.
Oh god. I think it died. All right, that's enough.
Okay.
The burn throughs. They're trying to keep up with the damn Kievs. They fried it. They took out 2 cruisers. What the hell kind of cruisers were those? Sphinxes, I think. Yeah, burned up 2 Sphinxes, and they took out 2 of the herpes with the Valtrex with those guys. They fried them. Nice. Maybe they took out 3 of them. I can't remember. That's pretty brutal. They just fucked them up pretty bad. Oh, that turn was good. It's getting kind of busy over there. The Scourge are definitely getting the shit kicked in. They're getting their shit pushed in. I'll film low. So I moved my carriers up, and James has moved up with his Toulons. They're going to fire on an Ifrit, I think. They couldn't get in range with the Osakas and the new Kairos. I was expecting big things for Toulons. They only have 4 hits and 3 of them got armor blocked, so just 1 point of damage to that Ifrit. I think that's the end of turn 5. I don't even know, but there's.
I think so.
San Francisco.
Last time we kind of didn't really count points.
Point defense. I mean, the San Francisco's dropped shitloads of troops, so that front city is packed full. I think those are 3, 5, 7 infantry battalions down there. I'm not even going to count the rest of them. They got infantry all over the place back there. They got infantry back there. They got infantry here, and they got infantry here. So every single city has got troops in it a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a big accomplishment. Good job. No one wants to blow up my little corvettes. They're just kind of hanging out in the middle of the UCM forces. And we got the 2 torpedoes getting ready to scream past each other. And then we got bombers up the ass. Only thing that James could reach was that poor ass Herpy. He's got 6 bombers on it. And I put 20 bombers on the St. Petersburg. They're all going to take effect after they move next turn. And they all came from my 4, whatever the hell these things are called. I don't even know. My brain, Hydras, my brain's shutting down. But that was, how'd you get here? 10 something? Jesus. That was 11 hours of gameplay to get through 5 turns. Holy shit. But we got a lot of ships blown up on team dipshit. You're the space team. And maybe we can start doing something back. The definite MVPs so far are the Kievs and the damn any kind of burn through weapon. So the Perth and the Moscows? I don't know. It's the Berlins and the St. Petersburg. They've burned some shit up. And also the Toulons over here, they fucking wasted something too, with some overkill. Oh, we got to put down some spikes on with your 4 Aegis ships back there. We never did that. Just remember from last time. So we'll add those spikes to something, so maybe they'll stick for next turn. All right, we'll see ya. All right, the first part of turn. I think we're on turn 6. Well, the end of turn 5, James plays Dissipate Energy and took off all the energy spikes off his St. Petersburg. Got rid of that major spike. Scourge win the first. They choose to go first. They just move their Hydra out. Standard orders. Broke off the 2. What the hell are these things called again? Oh my god, I've like been not playing for 10 seconds and I'm like having a stroke. 2 gargoyles off to the left heading towards there, but not in a big hurry because of all that shit. I'd gone silent running, but actually they go down an atmospheric layer too, so sweet. First UCM battle group was the San Francisco's. Did a course change, picked up a minor spike, stayed in a low orbit, low is that low atmosphere? Low orbit. And the Kievs are with them. Just did a standard orders, bank to the right to stay within group cohesion. Dropped down from a major spike to a minor, and are squaring off with those bad boys. That Ifrit there with the major spike, the Kievs scored 5 hits on it, 2 criticals, 1 regular breakthrough, made 1 armor save. Go ahead and draw a critical. Oh shit, hang on. Yeah, that's not good. That was 2 off this, sorry. So top table, it's going to be 2 more damage. Takes 3 more damage. 3 more damage and the weapons are offline. So Jesus, that Ifrit just got wailed on. Second UCM battle group, baby. That's got the Perth and the 2 Kievs. The standard orders. Moved up. Kievs are going to fire at that crippled Ifrit. And we'll see what the Perth does after that. I think it's got like 2 hull points left. See if it goes kaboomo. Ifrit made 2 armor saves. And the other 2, not so. No bueno. It's going to kaboomo. Let's see what happens. If we're just burned up, no big explosions, thank God. Still got the Perth to fire. Just gonna fire the Viper cannon. Fire at the other Ifrit. Fuck me, the Viper cannon got 8 criticals on the Ifrit. Oh! Toast! Let's see what happens on the. It's definitely gonna be a critical roll. See if it goes kaboomo. Nope, it might survive. Just a 1. 4. I can't remember what that is. I'm gonna look and get back to you. See, the Ifrit catches on fire. That's the red token is. Still got its major spike. 9 points of damage, and it's burning. Yeah, that's wonderful. That's spectacular. We got some close defense weapons that are going to go off from the Perth. The other Kiev are going to fire at these corvettes, and then this Kiev is going to fire close action weapons against this, what's left of this Harpy here. Harpy. The Kiev's close action weapons score 4 damage on the Hunter Killer Niktar. It just burns up. Nothing exciting. Unfortunately, that'd have been cool. And we'll go ahead and do the 3 close action weapons of the Kiev against this Harpy. 2 criticals and so 3 hits. Jesus, that's great. Point defense is 4. Oh, that's not bad. Take out 1 critical, 2 hits, 2 armor saves. Neither. 2 points of damage. Gonna go. So it goes critical here. Hang on. Oh, it blows up. And it's all by itself. Even with a 6 wouldn't kill anything. So that Harpy blows up. Kiev's killing everything. The Scourge move was moving the Charybdis up in the... pretty pathetic. So I got to make some rolls here. In an attempt to shake off the 20 bombers that are coming for the St. Petersburg, it did a course change maneuver and also flew closer to all of these Aegis ships. So it's technically 6 of them in range of the St. Petersburg. So it's going to be a hell of a point defense. But let's see how much. I gotta look at the rules real quick. We're shaking off fighters or bombers, excuse me. That was kind of awesome. The St. Petersburg's outmaneuvering, did a course change. They all picked up, actually the St. Petersburg only got a minor spike. I forgot about that. The rest of them had major spikes. Shook off 13 bombers, so there's 7 left. Now all the point defense goes off here. This is going to be ridiculous. Let's see what this does. So that must have been like a hell for those bombers to fly into. 41 was the point defense. Way more than 7 in there. Those bombers got shredded. Oh, my Scourge, baby. Go burn in hell. They got obliterated. That's like 3 shots for each one of them. Toast. So this group of Strix, Incubus, and Harpies closed in on standard orders. These guys got a minor spike. Unfortunately, the Strixes are close range machines, so they're not going to be very not in range. The Harpies are going to get scalded on whatever they shoot at. But I will get those 3 burn throughs from the Incubuses. They're going to be, I think we'll start there. Fire those into the Perth, see what kind of damage we can do. The 3 Succubi all hit with their burn throughs. A lot of criticals. The Perth was able to save, make 3 armor saves, but still took 9 crits. And then took the critical guys, and now got orbital decay. So it's up to 11 points of damage. I think it's 14 hull. Ugh. And it's still lots more shit to shoot at it. All the Harpies are going to unload now. The Harpies opt to fire their Oculus beams at the Perth, along with the 2 Strixes. They got enough points to do 14 points of damage to it, so it's going to explode. And if they ain't left, they're going to use their close action shit and spray this Kiev here. Perth explodes, damages multiple other ships. It actually damaged the another hunter killer over here, which went critical and exploded, but just burned up. But a lot of 1 damages out here. The Kiev's going to get rocked by point defense. I mean, close action weapons from all 3 of these harpies. Well, that was a disaster. One of the Kievs blew up. Did damage to another Kiev. Their armor saves there, but it did critical 2 of the harpies up front, which both exploded and took out the other harpies next to it. So all the harpies went kaboomo in that disaster. Oh, shit. Can't wait for losing around here with the stupid Scourge. Well, next battle group for the Scourge was their other Chimera carrier group. They moved up along flank with a standard move, dropped their energy spike, zip, and their strike carrier, 2 strike carriers moved over into atmosphere, into low orbit next to the other 2. The UCM battle group was what was left of their Santiagos. They both went just straight ahead, and they're going to attack that gargoyle on the far side. Oh god. Corvettes are doing their job. Santiagos, they deserve a Medal of Honor. They went in there, they showered the gargoyle on the left with missiles, caused a critical, it exploded. It was the, what's number 5? Sorry, I'm sliding over here. Yeah, an explosion. It did 2 damage. There was a pretty good radius, which took out one of the Santiagos, damaged the other, which went critical and exploded. The gargoyle next to that one took some damage, but then took more damage when the other Santiago blew up. And then that one went critical and freaking just exploded too. Actually, that one was a blazing wreck and just caused an energy spike to that Charybdis next to it. But 2 gargoyles, 2 Santiagos all blown up in that disaster. God, this game's crazy. UCM Admiral banked their Seattle battle group to the right. Those ships won't be there in a minute, so don't worry about too much of a massive explosion. Kept its escorts with it. The other carrier group, I'm sure, will go next. UCM's up with their, the Scourge are up with their big boys, the Banshee, and all of its support ships. It's only got 1 support ship left, not too much. I forgot all the other those suckers got blown up. So the Wyverns and the Banshees move forward. Their frigate, those left, went with them. They're all in range with their Oculus beams, which isn't much firepower, but they're going to fire. They're going to combine fire and fire into that Kiev with a minor spike. See what happens. Kiev did some shit rolling armor saves, and it goes. It does a blazing wreck, doesn't take anything out, just torpedoes into the ground. So, good game for the Kiev. Toast! The Osakas and the new Kairos moved into range. They're going to go weapons free. Their Toulons flanked over against that Shenlong. Where's that, a Ride? I can't remember which one. Shenlong or a Raiju or something like that. They're going to hammer the guys with the big spikes, I think. Oh, here it comes, baby. The first Ifrit gets the 2 new Kairos up and up on it with burn-throughs. 10 damage on burn-through. It made 2 armor saves, shook off. No, it made 1 armor save. It won. Oh, it was bad. So it's gonna explode, and we'll figure out that in a second here. So those 2 new Kairos. Oh, they still got their secondary guns. It's not good. I forgot they didn't have secondary weapons. My fault. The 3rd new Cairo, I was thinking they were like Berlins or something, fires this burn through and just did 4 straight up criticals on this one, which already had 1 damage, so it's 5. I believe they have 10. So that's a critical. Let's see what happens here. We'll give you some live time feeding, baby. Oh, middle table. Might not be too bad. That's whatever a 3 is on the middle table. Armor cracked. Oh, that sucks. 2 more damage. Alright, we'll figure this out. So its armor shades are going to be shit. It's up to 6 points of damage, and it's still got 3 more Osakas to friggin' unload on it. So this could be ugly as hell. See you, baby! 2 of the Osakas blaze away with their UF 6400 mass drivers, and 2 criticals and 3 more hits. Well, I guess if it rolls... oh, sorry. These are all hits too. 3 pluses. If I can roll... if I can roll 5 6s, it can survive. I got 1. It fucking explodes. See you, baby! She's burned up on... blazed out of there. So we got the 1 more Osaka and 4 Toulons to fire on that. Is it Raiju? I think it is, yeah. Let's see what happens with that. The Scourge, I pulled out one of those guys off active scam. It doesn't even matter. They all went crazy and went weapons free and melted my shit down. Ugh. Oh, we had our first publicly stated rules mistake. Well, actually, it was a double threat of screw-ups. The Osakas had Squadron 2, so they actually would have had more shots than we thought. So that would have doubly killed that guy. Yeah, they do have 1 left, but none of them have to go weapons free because of they just don't have the guns to do. They even have to worry about it. So only has one of them has a minor spike with where the Shido popped them out with an active scan. It broke one of their silent runnings. The whole group was on silent running. But yeah, well, that's it. Raiju ended up taking 5 hits from the 1 Osaka and the 4 Toulons with the Squadron extra roll on the Toulons. Got it up to got up to 7 damage. Took a critical, weapons offline. Now it's up to 9. Now I got all the close action shit. See if I can survive. And it's 14 holes, so it's 5 more hits and it's effed. The Raiju takes 4 more damage. She's got 1 hit point left. Oh god. Might be time for some ramming speed. So that Raiju is in the next group going, so it is going to try to ram. I think it's one thing in range. Yeah, baby. Here we go. Raiju rams the Osaka, blowing it to hell, which goes down in a blazing wreck and causes a minor spike on the other Osaka next to it. Nothing too exciting, but a good ram. Hits it, ba-boom. The 3 other ships of its group moved forward. The battle cruiser went on silent running. The other 2 are on standard orders. They're going to fire into the Kievs. Would have loved to fire it on the other, but the James' dam put everyone on silent running. So nothing was in range except for frigates. The Akuma on silent running, trying to protect itself from all the shit that's going to come out of it in a minute. Used its Oculus beam array and did enough damage to the last Kiev to take it out. So at least there's no massive spikes there. And I got 1 ship on silent running. Looks like those New Orleans are in point blank range, but they are actually down in Atmo, so they're just hunky-dory. What's left of that battle group over there closes in on the light cruisers, and they're gonna, the Jin are gonna go effing ballistic, baby! They better do something. Oh my god, please don't screw it up. So those close action frigates got in there and they wasted 1 Osaka and 1 New Cairo have already blown up, mostly just with the close defense stuff, but they went and fired their Oculus beams while they were too, with the Scald and everything else. It was pretty overwhelming. Smoked them. We'll do those explosions, and then the Ifrit will, the Raiju will melt down whatever's left in the middle. First Osaka just burned up, nothing big. The second, the New Cairo radiation bursted and hit both of those frigates for the Scourge and both New Cairos next to it. Following up wise, the Raiju blasted into that and just did 6 points of damage through the armor, so I think that one's going to blow too with 8 points of damage. And we'll just see what explosion of that is, and explosion of these two. One of the frigates caught on fire, the other one took a... What did it take? It took a fucking massive hit. Or it took crippling damage and just blew to hell. The Raiju shot into that, basically just destroyed the thing, and that just had a radiation burst. And it's going to shower multiple ships with radiation damage. So more to come. Well, the Scourge, they get taken out big time. Lost another frigate, exploded, caused a, what was it? Oh, just an explosion. 2 armor saves made by the Osaka, took 1 point damage. The other New Cairo took 2 points damage from the radiation burst. Went critical. Got engines disabled. So it's up to 6 points of damage. Not doing so good. So everything that was there basically got smoked. That right flank is kind of wide open for both teams. UCM battle group. The capital battle group is up next. Flag battle group. 2 battleships move forward into range. The Beijing and the New York. They're gonna probably both go weapons free here and melt down this group. It's gonna be ugly. The Beijing unloads into the first Wyvern and boom, needs 10 to kill it, gets 10, blows it to hell. So we'll see what happens. Got with the burn through, all 6 hits, all 6 criticals, and then the mass drivers that saved, was able to save 2 of them, but it got whacked. Both of the Wyverns both melt down. These burn up, leaving the Akuma all by its lonesome. Ugh. No big explosions. So I'm sure the UCM would have loved that. But the Akuma is untouched, coming in hot, silent running. Wasn't much left of the next battle group for the Scourge. They had a Harpy left and 2 Gargoyles. The Gargoyles went to atmosphere. Harpy tried to turn towards to try to get an attack shots onto the retreating New Orleans, but it also had 6 bombers on it. So the second it turned, it finished its move. The bombers came in, didn't shoot any of them down at point defense, and just got blown to shit. So that sucker got bloop bloop. It's done. It was a different atmosphere from everything, so it didn't matter what it did. It would have blown up and done nothing. Shenlong fired 3 shots of Oculus beams at the retreating Berlin, and scored 3 hits, all of which made armor saves, so that's kind of depressing. That sucked. The Berlins and their Toulons did a course change in reverse. They kept their spikes. The Toulons picked up a minor. And they're outside of the front narrow. I'm not even sure about the range. We'll check on the range, see if they can fire at the Shenlong. Unfortunately, everything's in range, so they'll be firing their mass drivers on their left side, their port side mass drivers, and then the Toulons will be unloading everything they got. Should be a shit show. So just with the port side mass drivers and then the Toulon shots plus the extra 5 from the Squadron X roll, that's how many shots we're going to get on the old Shenlong. Might be shung along later. Oh god! Shenlong takes 8 points of damage, already had 2, so she'll be at 10 for all those who can do math better than me. Roll for a critical. It takes a reactor overload. Goes boom, 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 boom. Let's see how bad it blows up here. Oh, that was sad. I was hoping to take out all the New Orleans. It just burns up. That's basically the end of turn 6. Freaking slaughter. I'm getting my ass handed to me. Scourge. One thing I could brag about is actually made the atmosphere so far. I got a couple ships left, but it ain't looking too good. I got 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 12 cruiser class ships left, 2 of which are battle cruisers, and the UCM have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 16 cruisers, 1 battle cruiser, and 2 battleships. So they're going to be in the launch phase here next. Pretty sure they're going to launch 17 million fighters against the Akuma, which is in range of everything. Oh shit, I still have 1 card left, sorry. The is that the Perth, I think? That sucker still has to move. Oh god, that's going to be rough. That whole battle group. That's a big battle group. We'll be back. I also forgot about the Taipeis. 8 of them just closed in. I rolled the D6 plus 4 for all 8 of them and got like 73. So that's all the shots they're about to hit the Akuma. Fuck. Sorry, I remember now. Berlin, so that's St. Petersburg, 2 St. Petersburg, 2 Berlins, and then 4 Toulons. So Seattle's max thrusted up, gonna get to try to work their way into bomber range here in a minute. And I moved up. Oh yeah, I moved up my Banshee. They dropped down to standard orders. They dropped the spikes, except for the Banshee never has one. And they're loading the torpedo bay and fire a corruptor. So the launch phase is gonna be a nightmare. Next turn, UCM put 23 bombers on the Banshee. The torpedo closed in. Plus, they launched a second torpedo that'll hit probably next turn. That's going to be a freaking disaster. The Scourge torpedo moved forward towards the UCM flagship. It's not quite there yet. Probably hit next turn. The Scourge carriers put 20 bombers on the St. Petersburg. And then the UCM basically reinforced all of their cities with more troops, except for up here where they peeled away to get out of the front line action. Ugh. Torpedoes and bombers, oh my. Alright. We got a couple fires to... are there anybody on fire still? I don't think anyone. I think everything on fire exploded already. So no one's on fire. Yay. That's good. Might be in a few minutes. We'll see in a second. Alright, at the start of this, the Scourge, baby. They play a Leviathan of the Void on their main battle cruiser. And the UCM's played 3 cards. They've done next-gen armor for their battleship. Formation defense on the St. Petersburg. And expert repair crews on, they have 1 ship with a critical engine damage over there. So I'll remove all that crap. Alright, we'll get it on in a minute. UCM's first move, sorry, they had a small battle group that lost all the Jakartas. I think that's what the missile cruisers are called. Is that what they're called? Shit, sorry. We lost all the Taipeis, sorry. They moved over here to help protect the St. Petersburg from its fighters. They did a course change. Scourge, yes baby. We went full speed ahead. We're going to go weapons free with all this stuff into the UCM battleships. But before that happens, we are going to get hit with a torpedo and... oh, I think maybe... yeah, actually 2 torpedoes and 23 bombers. So that's about to suck complete and utter ass. So, has anyone ever been hit by that much shit in one turn? I don't know. But we'll see what happens here in a minute. So the 23 bombers and the 2 torpedoes slam into the Banshee and do. These are all hits. I just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 24 points of damage, and it has a hull of 14. So it is blown to freaking hell, baby. Oh! Scourge. It's time to just start flying my ships into. I'm going. I need those. There's one of the cards that says you don't have to have like 2 or 3 hull to ramming. I'm just going to be kamikaze into everything. Let's see what this guy does. He does a 4, but it goes up to a 5 on his explosion. So he's a radiation. No, he's an explosion. How big? 2 dice. We're doubling the explosions. 6, which is basically just going to take out his own buddy. We'll be back. So the Wyvern closed in and fired on the Beijing with its close action weapons. They got the 2d6 plus 4, and it got like 12 or 13 shots. The Oculus beams scored hits, were critical, so those burned through. But then it got 8 regular hits and 2 criticals, and between the Aegis ships that are right there defending it and the 10-point defense of the Beijing, they eliminated every single hit. So, in my opinion, wow, those Jakartas are worth every damn dime. I thought that thing was going to get some good hits on it. It just got, scoring 2 hits out of, could have been 12. It's pretty pathetic. It's not really pathetic, it's just friggin', it shows you that Aegis rule is pretty freaking cool. So they shoot down everything. It's kind of a dud. They rushed in there to shoot, and they got 1 ship blown up, their command ship with their admiral on board, and then their other big boy that was able to get in shot everything off and just kind of scratched the paint a little bit. I think it did 2 points of damage of the, is it 18 it has? So it's got 16 more hull points, so it chipped the paint, and they're probably going to get, well, it's not even probably, they're going to get liquefied here in a second, I'm sure. St. Peter's battle group was up next. They beat out the by 1 strategy rating over the Strix, Incubus, and Harpy frigates. And they closed in on their flank. They're still in range of the Aegis for the St. Petersburg, so they're getting an extra 24 defense, but here comes the 20 bombers coming for the St. Petersburg. See what happens. So the UCM did play next gen armor and this point defense card, so they're going to have a shitload of Aegis. I think it is, they already had 29 just with the regular stuff. Everyone gets Aegis 3. Okay, I'll get some more dice. Those Admiral cards really kind of add some flavor to it. The St. Pete ended up with all those Aegis and all that extra firepower to defend in it, and then re-rolling armor fails. Still took 5 points of damage, so not quite critical. It needs, I think it's 7 to be critical, but man, that was a lot of frickin' hits. It was a possible of 40 damage out there. It's nuts. Even with the damn what's it call it? Oh, what's their close? Scald was able to. I bet that Scald wasn't there. Would have taken nothing. That was pretty awesome. So the St. Pete siphoned power, fired 1 cannon with the extra power pulling from the other Corba laser. Does 6 damage and sets the is it Strix? Yeah, Strix on fire. It's got 2 hull points left. So critical is catching on fire. All right, still got the. Now we got the 2. Is it Berlins? I think. Let's see what they can do. There's 2 Berlins comboed their turbo lasers into that, or the turbo lasers. Got Star Wars on the brain. Into that Strix. She takes 7 points of damage to critical was on the upper table, so I didn't even roll it. Nothing. For its explosion, it just burned up and went to the atmosphere. First 3 Toulons fire on that Incubus. He scored 5 damage on it, and they used a skillful shot thing to increase for the critical, which pumped it up to the top table, which will blow it to hell. Ugh. Thing had a radiation burst when it blew up within, so it'll hit both of those two for it's a 2 or 3 damage on a radiation burst. 2 more damage, nothing you can do about it. That'll take out that other Strix next to it. That thing had nothing left. That'll take 2. The other Strix radiation burst too, so it did 2 more damage to that Incubus, and then that last Strix ended up with 4 damage after hitting it with 2 radiation burst waves. Scourge, man, sucks to be aliens. Take that, you bastards. God, my team sucks. This group had also played Gunnery Masters, so now they can shoot all their rail guns. It should spell the end of the probably that Strix is going to pop like a zit. The 6 rail guns slice holes for that Strix, do exactly the amount of damage to explode it. It just burns up in the atmosphere, though. Just no fun explosions. That was enough fun explosions. Jesus. Now it's just point defense against everything on this Skilla, this Incubus, which doesn't have a freaking snowball's chance in hell. But we'll see what happens. The Incubus is point defense is able to take out 1 of the, I think, how many? 1, 2, 3 criticals. 1, 2, 6, 10 regular. So 14 hits. Yes, sayonara, baby. See how this baby pops. Oh, might be fun. She's a. Oh, and 5 inches. No, it's going to get some of the Toulons. Toulons are going to get hit with explosions. They get armor saves. Okay, so yeah, all 4 Toulons. Let's see what happens. 3 of the 4 Toulons took damage. 2 took 1. 1 took 2. Went critical. It exploded. Yeah, but it just burned up, so no extra damage, and I'll get rid of that Incubus. The only ship left in the fleet's the Incubus. It does a course change. No, it does the standard orders just at a 45-degree turn. It's going to go weapon. Oh, let me check that out. See if I F that up. Hang on a second. No, that turned, so it can only do point defense and its furnace cannon into the St. Petersburg. I was making sure with weapons free, but you can't turn on that one. Well, something learned. See if I'll actually remember it, but there we go. So I'm going to try to take out the St. Pete. With the armor save bonus that the St. Pete guy would play at the beginning of the turn, it still gets to re-roll its misses. The Incubus scored 2 criticals and 3 regular hits. All the regular hits were saved through armor saves, so it's going to take 2 damage. And now it'll do close defense. Or close action, sorry. And with that Aegis special rule and all the other ships in range, the 4 hits with the close action stuff are just shredded by point defense. So the St. Pete will take 2 damage. I can't remember when I took it already. I think it'll be up to 7. That could be halfway, so it's going to take a critical roll. St. Pete got its armor cracked. Took 2 more damage, up to 9. That beast is taking some hits. Woo! Raiju and that Jin closed in and just absolutely vaporized that last Osaka. The only left in that group is the New Cairo and 4 other Toulons. That sucker's dead. That was the Scourge. Now it's the UCM sends their 2 battleships in. Oh, and they're playing Gunnery Masters on this one, so they're going to get extra shots. And there were so many freaking hits on that ship right there, it just gets vaporized. Blew to hell, it crashed into the earth. Everybody, the troops in that city out there got out there and pissed on the dead Scourge. And I'm going to call it. I know the Scourge would fight to the end, but all I got left is landing ships and 1 heavy cruiser and some carriers. And one, I mean, it's still got tons of UCM stuff still to go, and I don't think any of this is going to be left. A couple gargoyles, so it's just going to be an embarrassing mopping up operation where they just, James's boys just kind of slowly pick me off and destroy me. Maybe I'll get to ram or one ship to get all excited about crap. But that, sorry, I got my Sonic cup right in the middle of the game. I mean, overall, my first feel, I know this was a massive game. I know it's not tournament legal, but damn monitors really, they don't really, they kind of slow you down. I could have done some kind of creeping doom attack where I moved in nice and slow. I don't think it helped that I knew what I was doing. Attacking's always more difficult, and I came in piecemeal against a well-placed UCM defense with all their guns and fighters and torpedoes out, and I just got 80% of my shit wiped out before it even, well, they broke over the planet and got wasted, so there was nothing else to it. As far as I could tell, the Scourge they're great if they can get in close and do their thing, but just overwhelming firepower and then weakness of armor. Some good dice rolling. Good. I mean, his Admiral cards really. I didn't think they were going to have that big of a difference, but some of those, having that Admiral level 6 on board and a couple extra cards, and just some well playing stuff by James, he really wore these dudes out. And that planet was defended. Scourge were sent packing, which is always a good thing. Love when the humans win. Yay. But we will try other things. I will definitely be painting more of these, and definitely try to play maybe a different style game or something. I don't know. But the slow moving in, you know, the Scourge being dragged back by their, I think I'd been better off not bringing, what are they called? The monitors. Yeah, they had the detector move, but the fact that they didn't have an outlier rule meant I guess I could have put somebody with them that sucked, but I still would have had fleet penalties for this battle group being so far out of, I almost have to leave a trail of chips back to get to it. So if they were in open or outlier or something, I think that would have been better. Or I could have just been patient and moved up slowly. But it really felt like the time was against me, because James was just putting troop after troop after troop after troop into these bases, cities, and I mean, I only had those 4 frigate-class ships that can bombard. I just didn't have enough guns to. It would have taken me a long time to hammer them out of there. I don't know. Of course, I tactically have no idea what I'm doing. So I'll try to come up with some new ideas. I like to see the monitors play. They just never really, neither side got into the monitors just didn't move. I think James did a good job of holding back and then doing a little bit of silent running when he got about close to gun range. And I was just trying to get into gun range, and I just got wasted. Plus the critical tables were awesomely funny. That was great. That had a lot of flavor to it, and the ship explosions, and then the multiple ships getting smoked was that was a lot of fun. But huge UCM win. Scourge didn't get a single troop onto the ground. They barely made planet fall. All their shit burned up. Just didn't even pollute the planet. A couple of them went down onto the planet, but it's all of it's on the edge of the nothing over any cities, so no one got no population taken out by reactors or anything like that. That's it. I hope you enjoyed watching. I'm gonna go edit this thing and put it together. I definitely have to work on my tactics, like I said, and it was a good time. All right, we'll see ya. Ciao, guys. We're going to go back and start painting French infantry. I think I started the other day. I'm going to get back on it.